Oh my God, we're here. It's our first episode, the Restless Podcast. I'm Jake.
And I'm Holly.
OMG, what's this episode about, you ask?
The Royal Rumble.
Uh,
Today's episode is about the Royal Rumble, which is personally my favorite event of the year. Uh, what do you think about the Royal Rumble?
I never heard of it. I don't know what such a thing is.
Well, then let me tell you, little boy. The Royal Rumble event is an annual pay-per-view held by the WWE. It's a kind of a weird twist on the traditional battle royal. So basically, the match starts off with two men in the ring, and every 90 seconds, another star enters the ring until you have a total of 30 competitors. And then each superstar has to throw them over the top rope until both feet hit the floor, and the last man standing gets the most coveted prize in all of sports entertainment, a championship match, WrestleMania.
Oh, I thought it was like, and that sometimes that could be the main event, even though it's supposed to be the main event. But sometimes the Royal Rumble rules lie.
Yeah, sometimes you just get a championship match at the very start of the show and it only lasts 26 seconds.
Yeah, man.
Portions.
But you know what? I'll tell you what though. You know, the Royal Rumble, man. We're filming this as of January 25th. So that means in 3 days, I think, 3 days.
3 days this
The Royal Rumble 2023 as of recording. The first Royal Rumble that is not under Vince McMahon's control. This might actually be like good.
It might be one of the best ones to date.
Like, I mean, surely it's not going to be as good as the 2015, 2014, or 2022 Royal Rumbles.
Can't top those.
Because those were like amazing.
Amazing.
Especially last year's 2022 is when Brock Lesnar won. And then you have the Women's Royal Rumble, which I feel like doesn't get talked around too much, as much as it should. Because there are some great surprises there too. Which, I mean, and I guess we can start off just by predictions of who's gonna win the matches, and then we'll go into more depth
Yeah.
into what is the Royal Rumble, our favorite moments from the Royal Rumble, how we grew up about the Royal Rumble, and all that.
For
Um,
sure.
so I mean, I guess, and of course, we're also not even just going to talk about the Royal Rumble matches itself, the pay-per-views.
The pay-per-view itself, the matches that go on outside of the actual Royal Rumble match.
I mean, and I guess we can predict the first one, which we're going to talk about that. LA Knight versus Wyatt.
Bray Wyatt,
In the
the
Mountain Dew Pitch Black match.
pitch black.
No. Mountain Dew.
Mountain Dew pitch black.
That ruins the immersion.
Why?
Why sponsored by Mountain Dew?
They're bringing back the limited edition flavors.
Of course. Of course.
What do you think a pitch black match is? Because a Mountain Dew pitch black match. I actually have kind of no idea what's going to be going on.
It's actually I actually got some inside details. I got the dirt sheets.
You got the inside scoop?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's just gonna be them chugging Mountain Dew in the dark room. Whoever. No, well, I think honestly, I'm thinking it's gonna be a cinematic match.
Really? We haven't seen a cinematic match in a while.
We haven't, and I feel like it's gonna be some cinematic. Now, honestly, I trust Triple H, so maybe it could be something better than like something they could do cinematically. But I just can't think of what a pitch black match can do. Because you remember that time in WrestleMania in 2020 when COVID hit, and they were coming out with all these weird ass stipulations, and at first we didn't know what the fuck they were talking about,
Yeah.
but they became like
Like when they announced the Boneyard match and we didn't really know what that was.
a Firefly Funhouse match,
Yeah.
but they became like little cinematic matches. I'm thinking this could be a good cinematic match, honestly.
Sure thing.
Or it could be something way intense.
It
Like
literally-
Match in the Dark.
It literally could just be a pitch black arena and then a single spotlight following them themselves. Or it could be like a dark blue, like how we saw on Raw 30. This kind of dark blue light that was just there during Bray Wyatt's entrance. Could be something like that. But I'm not too sure. But who is your pick to win that match? And how do you think it's going to go on?
I feel like the obvious pick is Bray Wyatt. And I think Bray Wyatt definitely needs some momentum. Honestly, if I'm being honest with you, I'm getting sick and tired of this Bray Wyatt LA Knight thing. It's been going on since October, huh?
Yeah, I just
Or-
don't know what they're doing. I think
3 months.
early December.
Early was it early or the LA Knight stuff? But
Yeah.
like Bray Wyatt, just
Yeah,
like
Bray Wyatt
teasing.
yeah.
That's been going on since October or something.
Yeah. And it's really, I actually don't think like the obvious thing is for Bray Wyatt to win because when you have so many layers of like Uncle Howdy, The Fiend, Alexa Bliss, it really could be them interfering and Bray Wyatt losing.
Fucking up.
I don't think it really messes up his momentum because it's Bray Wyatt.
You
He
know,
could do anything.
you know what I heard? It's just a rumor. But the rumor is Uncle Howdy versus Bray Wyatt at WrestleMania. Whoever Uncle Howdy will be.
Interesting. Hopefully, Bo Dallas.
Hopefully,
Bo Dallas.
it can be Damian Sandow for some reason.
Could be Cameron Grimes. Haven't seen him on TV for a while.
Yeah, but honestly, that would be uh pretty cool. I mean, if Uncle Howdy fucked up Bray Wyatt, LA Knight wins. You know,
Yeah.
what to do with LA Knight from there? Who knows?
I would say LA Knight Gunther feud before Mania. Like
I
Gunther.
don't know. I would say because like the rumor is, I'm just going by rumor. Gunther versus Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania.
Yeah, that's
Somehow he loses the IC title, and LA Knight for the IC title somehow.
hopefully.
Maybe in a ladder match or something.
We are both obviously very big fans of LA Knight.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I think his promo work is there's very few better than him right now in the WWE.
Yeah, man. Fuck.
He's top tier.
And
In ring ability, he's great. I remember
Very
watching him back in Impact or TNA as Eli Drake, and he was just amazing.
but on the Bruno, who names their kid Los Angeles
Los
Knight?
Angeles Knight.
Like he was better off being Max Duke.
Yeah. I mean, I miss when he titillated the juices of my guilty pleasures.
Pat McAfee made that those little segments so
I
fun.
miss Pat. I miss Pat.
But the other matches going on. Let's take the women's Royal Rumble. Who do you think's gonna win that?
The women's round is really interesting. I think the obvious pick is Rhea Ripley. The amount of momentum she has right now on the Judgment Day, she's literally beating up just men right now.
Yeah,
And then her
I
match
wish I
with
was one of
Bianca earlier in 2022 got scrapped because of her
Yeah.
injury. So we haven't really seen the Bianca Rhea Ripley match yet.
Rhea, man, Rhea. I'd say that's another obvious one, and I would love for her to win because she's honestly my favorite female wrestling right now.
Really, right now?
Right now, and I've got a fat crush on her, Loki. But so she's watching this. But yeah, I think Rhea probably is gonna win. If there's any surprises, here's the deal: the women's roster is just so small, and it's just like the surprises,
Yeah.
just
I imagine they're gonna pull a lot next to this Rumble.
a lot of it. Yeah,
Yeah.
like maybe some toxic attraction. Ooh,
They have a triple threat match coming up
they do.
for the championship. It'll be-
Maybe Mandy
Rose.
Mandy Rose, possibly not, but
Yeah.
maybe.
Outside of Rhea, who do you think could kind of be the dark horse winner?
That's a good question. I I'd say Bailey would be a good one. Bailey would be interesting.
Okay, that's an interesting one.
Like, is there anyone from NXT that really has that momentum to win?
I have a dark horse pick who's personally also my favorite female superstar right now, and that's Raquel Rodriguez. She's doing amazing things on SmackDown. Her matches have been pretty awesome. I would imagine also Liv Morgan could be a dark horse pick.
Shayna Baszler.
Shayna
That's a
Baszler.
good one. That's someone who could. Ooh, Ronda Rousey.
Wait,
2 years in a row, Triple H's gonna pull a Vince McMahon.
I
or
can't
something.
take it.
Man.
Yeah.
But Rhea Ripley probably the returns in women's Royal Rumbles, unpopular opinion, or maybe popular opinion, I don't know, just aren't as exciting to me anymore because they just have the same returns
Yeah.
and over
Yeah.
and over again, and it's not necessarily their fault, kind of.
I mean, until they start pulling people from who've left the company recently, who've
Yeah.
probably gone to AEW, I don't know, I'd be excited to see if they can pull Meiko Satomura in there from NXT UK, went over to NXT, lost the title to Mandy, of
Maybe.
course.
Maybe Chelsea Green.
Oh,
come back?
that's an
That would be
interesting one.
interesting.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of any. Is there anyone who left AEW recently? I feel like there was. Maybe I'm tripping.
I mean, Thunder Rosa's part of the roster, but just doesn't kind of like in dispute.
Yeah, I heard
That would be really awesome. I love Thunder Rosa.
Trying to think of other people who got fucking like kicked out.
Yeah.
You know who would be an interesting dark horse pick? Mia Yim.
Michin, yeah. Yeah.
Why is she Michin now? Like that's her nickname, I guess.
Yeah, it's sort of like the OC gave her her Korean name.
I don't like it.
Yeah.
But yeah, Rhea Ripley. I hope Rhea Ripley wins. I hope she wins at WrestleMania. Make Judgment Day a big thing. Even they're already a big thing.
Do you think if Rhea wins, she's going for Bianca or Charlotte? Because with Charlotte, there's history of obviously losing to her at Mania for the NXT Championship. Bianca, there's already that history that they came up together.
I feel like she might go for Bianca. And like there's also the NXT Women's Championship, but I mean
I actually think it's gonna be Charlotte.
I think
Yeah, I think she wants the win back. I think there's a bigger story there to be told.
that's true, but I just can't see Charlotte as a face and Ripley as a heel, and then
I think Rhea's good enough of a heel where she can make Charlotte win.
I mean, man, I'll just be rooting for Rhea. Like Bianca, or that's even if Bianca even she's wrestling at Royal Rumble.
She is. She has a match with Alexa Bliss.
Now who do you think's gonna win that? If she even retains her fucking title?
I think she will retain. I'm going with Bianca on this
Hear me out. I don't think she's gonna retain. There's a there's a bit of me, because here's the deal. There's a bunch of hypocrisy and contradictions to this whole thing when it comes to this. Because if Alexa beats Bianca, which I think she was gonna do, but then like you have Rhea winning the Royal Rumble. I don't think Rhea's gonna go for Alexa, and I don't know how you're gonna make a great story out of that. Maybe you can, and I'm sure you can if you have Triple H's creative.
for sure.
But if Rhea wins and Alexa wins, I think Rhea would be a better opponent for Charlotte. But
Okay.
Bianca, I'm a bit bored of Bianca's reign. So maybe it's less that I think Alexa's gonna win. I think I just want Alexa to win. Yes.
Okay.
So I think Bianca might win, I guess. If we're talking about the Royal Rumble, if Rhea wins.
Yeah. I mean, personally, I'm a big fan of Bianca Belair. Her in-ring work. I think she had the best match of 2022. I don't think it was Cody Rhodes Seth Rollins. I think it was Bianca Belair, Becky Lynch, WrestleMania. It was such an amazing match. I was there in that crowd, and it literally tore the house down. Even like during the Cody Seth match that happened afterward, the house was kind of deflated for that one.
Oh man, I don't know, man.
The house, like
Uh-huh.
literally, I was in the crowd, and it wasn't as loud for Cody Seth as it was for Bianca Becky. That's for sure. Literally, AT&T Stadium was shaking during that match. It was amazing. But
Not as good as Johnny Knoxville versus Sami Zayn.
but the thing about Bianca's reign as women's champion, this is actually my complaint for WWE as far as like all of women's wrestling is they don't have stories. There's really nothing going on storyline wise, and this is World Wrestling Entertainment, and they're kind of missing on the entertainment aspect.
And I feel like that's the deal with the whole women's division. That's why Rhea Ripley is just so popular. She's in a story.
Yeah, she actually has something going on.
Bianca, she had a thing with Bailey, and the damage control thing was great
Yeah,
at first, and now it's like
kind of fizzled.
I don't know. Are they still women's tag team champions?
Yeah, they are. They don't defend the titles though. I mean,
Defend the
Becky and
titles.
Bailey just did their thing. I don't know if Becky's gonna be in the match because like damage control just took her. I hope Becky's in the Royal Rumble match.
He's probably gonna return or some shit like that.
What if she?
Or if she returns, she's got injured like Monday. won't be much of a fucking.
Becky could be the first two-time Royal Rumble women's.
She could. I don't want her to, but she could. And I feel like that would make sense. And I'm saying that as a huge Becky fan.
Yeah,
Becky.
we love Becky.
But like she's like besides Ripley right now, she's like my second favorite. But I'm just not keen on her winning.
Yeah, same. I think it's time for something new,
But it
something fresh.
would make more sense for her to win, I guess. Kind of.
I mean, I don't want to see. Although I love the match, I don't want to see Becky Bianca again at Mania. Nor do I want to see Becky versus Charlotte for the 10th millionth time.
But ooh, look,
Yeah, but for the Raw Women's Championship match, Bianca and Alexa, I think Bianca's kind of the obvious choice, and I hope there's some story that comes out of this. That's all. I just hope there's more story to women's wrestling.
I'll tell you what, dude. You see this table? You know who's the head of this table?
No, I actually don't.
Kevin Owens
Heaven no.
versus Roman Reigns for the Undisputed Universal Championship.
That'd be a fun match.
This is gonna be an interesting one. Is there any stipulations to this one? I don't think there is, right?
No, I think it's just
No.
one-on-one match.
Oh my god, this one's gonna be a fun one. And I'm not. I mean, in ring wise,
It's gonna be fun,
it's gonna be fun. It's weird that this is the third time they face for the World Championship
right?
for at Royal Rumble.
Yeah, Like this is literally the match from last year.
Yeah, or 2 years.
2 years ago, my bad.
And
Sorry.
then this was the match in 2017 without Chris Jericho in a
Yeah.
shark cage.
Yeah. What's interesting in this one is what's Sami Zayn's final test?
Yeah.
Is it going to be at the Rumble? Is this where we see the turn on Sammy, or what's going on?
Ooh, man.
The whole Bloodline thing is so interesting right now.
It's one of the best modern or recent storylines, at least in my opinion. There's so much tension. If you saw Raw 30 that happened as of this past Monday as we're recording, who knows when this is coming out. Hopefully it's coming out before
Way before the Rumble.
But if oh my god, dude, that whole trial situation,
No, Jay's promo was so amazing.
bro. Like whenever I saw Jay stop Solo Sikoa from hitting Sammy, I was like,
I don't know why, but I felt so emotional watching it. Like I felt emotional for Sammy when Jay was giving his promo in Sammy's face. I just felt for him, and this is awesome storytelling. How Sami Zayn is the biggest thing in wrestling,
wow.
and we don't really remember the matches he's having as of recent. We just love the character we're going on right now.
Yeah, I can't wait for Saudi Arabia to buy WWE so they can be like, no more Sami Zayn.
Yeah,
ruin our fucking favorite wrestler. He's really good. Oh my god. And you know what? I hope the final test is. I hope the final test is how somehow he wins the Royal Rumble. And then that would be interesting.
The final test is
Now, it's going to be a bit off topic, but let me do some little fantasy booking that should have happened. Remember when Theory won the Money in the Bank?
I do remember that.
Sami Zayn was in that same match. I feel like at this point he was in the Bloodline. Not as big as he was now, but he was still in the Bloodline. Remember that? Because I remember thinking, I was thinking, it should have been Sami Zayn winning that Money in the Bank, and he wasn't as big in the Bloodline as he was now. But he should have had that while in the Bloodline, and whenever he wanted to, he could just cash the Roman Reigns. That would have been amazing. But that was when Vince McMahon was in control, so amazing wasn't a thing yet. Amazing was like 2 decades ago.
I don't know, man. I'm actually not with that.
What?
Yeah,
That
I
would have
don't-
been great booking.
Good storytelling, maybe, but like Sammy as world champion is not something I want to see personally.
What?
Sammy's not world championship material.
Brian Alvarez disagrees with you.
Brian Alvarez disagrees with anything WWE related. He hates everything.
Dude, or I think it was Brian Alvarez, but
Or Dave Meltzer.
Dave Meltzer. But oh my god, dude. But that Sami Zayn winning the world championship would be great.
I mean, think in terms of legitimacy, like and him defending the belt, do you see him ever beating guys like Brock Lesnar, Roman Reigns, these guys clean?
Not clean.
Then
But
I just don't see like the world champion, in my opinion, should be strong. I hate booking as weak champion. Like that's why I hate the Miz, like how he held the title for so long, because he would just win dirty all the time. I hated that shit.
didn't you like Jinder Mahal as champion?
No. I like that he's Indian. It's like me. I don't like his reign or the racism towards Shinsuke.
Something what cosmic English? That's so
Yeah, no, I don't like weak champions. So that's why like guys like Drew McIntyre, Cody Rhodes, Kevin Owens, these are guys that I like to see as world champion.
But
Seth Rollins.
I feel like somehow Sammy can. I don't know, because Sammy is NXT champion. That was like 50 days. But
But NXT's so different too.
That could've-
You're working in small crowds, you're working with more intimate settings, you're working with less story, more wrestling.
I think he could. I think he could pull a Kofi. And I don't think his rank. I mean, Papa Triple H. I feel like he could do something good with this. Like he has been doing something good with this. Now I'm not gonna say that I necessarily want Sami Zayn to win this Royal Rumble.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, it'd be cool to see. I'm not gonna lie. It'd be really fucking cool to see. Like I would be if Sami Zayn wins the Royal Rumble. Let's put this on the record.
Alright.
If Sami Zayn wins the Royal Rumble, I will fucking. What do you want me to do? I don't know.
If Sami Zayn wins the Rumble,
I will kiss you right now.
well, you wanna powerbomb me through a table?
Yeah,
All right.
sure.
He's gonna powerbomb me through a table with 10 seconds on. Do you want to go ahead and actually like lock in your men's Royal Rumble pick right now?
Okay. Come here. Come here. We didn't even finish Reigns versus Owens.
Yeah. Yeah, Roman.
Yeah, can we come on? I mean, if anything, Owens is gonna like fucking it's gonna be Owens and Zayn at WrestleMania against the Usos, and Owens and Zayn should win.
This is all right. This is kind of my fantasy booking moment right here. Is that they're gonna have a slobber knocker of a match, and that Kevin Owens is gonna beat the shit out of Roman Reigns almost to a pulp where he cannot continue anymore,
Yeah.
and that it takes him out of action for a month, and that the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view, they have to put both titles on the line separately, finally splitting the titles,
Oh,
and having two Elimination Chamber matches,
That'd be
one for the WWE Championship, one for the Universal, and I would say Roman come back in time to enter the chamber for one of those matches and win, let's say, the Universal Championship. Or actually, you could prolong that and create a story for I never lost my title.
no.
But I just want the titles to split.
I heard a little birdie told me.
Where are you getting all this news from? Who's telling you all this?
Shout out to Cultaholic Wrestling and other sources. Hey, we just booed Cultaholic Wrestling. They're gonna ask for a collab. You're gonna fuck it up.
Well, no, if you want to work with us, I'm always down.
But yeah, I think that there's this rumor going around the dirt sheets that Cody might win the Rumble, and if Cody wins the Rumble, he came back with one mission, saying he wants to hold the championship that his father never did, which was, of course, the 24/7 championship. No, the WWE championship, not the Universal Championship, that fucking okay ass looking belt.
They look the same, just different colors.
But WWE Championship. WWE Championship. Yeah. I feel like that's the way Cody's like, you can keep your shitty Universal Championship, his shitty blue championship, but I want that WWE Championship.
And hopefully he redesigns it once he wins it.
I doubt it, but I hope so.
I don't redesign the IC belt. Redesign this one.
I wanted to redesign it as the gold belt, but I doubt they would do that for the WWE Championship, though.
Yeah. I mean, just something new. Just
Yes.
something that doesn't look so childlike and plastic, you know?
Yeah.
Also bring back button straps instead of the leather. Or the Velcro. Fucking hate the Velcro.
They have Velcro?
They have Velcro straps. Ah, look at the NXT shirt.
That shit looks like a kid's toy.
Yeah, it's easier, I guess, to like take it off, put it on, and shit.
Yeah. It's like a
Who
joke.
cares about easier?
It's already a heavy ass belt, man.
Yeah,
Okay,
but-
it should be for champions.
Cody Rhodes is pretty much the obvious pick, but outside of Cody Rhodes, we have great names in there like Seth Rollins, like Drew McIntyre again.
Who, if Cody Rhodes wasn't cleared,
Yeah.
who do you think? And let's skip Sami Zayn because I feel like that's the second obvious pick for anyone.
Yeah.
Who do you think would win the Rumble if Cody's up?
To me, it's Seth Rollins. The story that is just there.
That would be good.
The story is awesome. Maybe I don't want to see it personally, but The Rock.
I don't want to see The Rock win the Rumble, but
I would like to see The Rock. I just wouldn't like to see him win the Rumble. Yeah, let me
we'll
clarify.
talk about The Rock later. But yeah, I think that there's a bunch of good options. Seth Rollins is another good one, honestly.
Big E.
Big E, man,
I don't be for the title split.
I'd say maybe Seth Rollins, I guess. Yeah.
Seth
I
Rollins.
mean,
What about Randy?
Randy.
Do you think Riddle will be back in time for the Rumble?
I think so. I think his
Do you think
drugs
it's
will go
clear?
through or some shit. I don't know, but I hope so. Actually, that'd be cool.
Let's-
I kind of miss Riddle.
Start a little Booger Sugar. Booger Sugar
I'm-
before the match.
I miss his stupid ass bongos.
Yeah, dude. He was such a
Wanna
stupid
hit
character.
my bong?
Such a stupid character, but so good at the same time.
Remember when he made event in Extreme Rules WrestleMania?
Yeah, with Seth Rollins.
Yeah, that was
That's how good Seth Rollins
such
is.
an okay ass match.
I think Seth Rollins is just so. He deserves to main event WrestleMania. Because, in my opinion, right now, he's
Right, yeah, he did.
31 don't count.
Yeah, it does.
31 don't count.
31 counts.
As a main, he wasn't built for the match, so I'm not gonna count. All right, let's say this then. first main event, WrestleMania main event, where he's billed for the match.
Sure.
Okay.
But
He lasted like 2 minutes in the main event. Well,
man, but he was the final scene, and we all remembered him at the end.
it was one of the coolest.
Best cash in of all time. Um,
Yeah, with the men's, there are not really many options outside of Cody Rhodes.
not really. It's tough. Like I would say AJ Styles, but that's personal bias towards AJ Styles. He's injured now, and
Poor AJ.
no, I'm not gonna say Edge. I don't think he's gonna break the record of 3 or have the same record as Austin.
Randy.
I don't think Randy's gonna have that record either, because he won 2 Olympics too.
Yeah, I wonder if Randy's at least gonna come back though. I would love to see it personally.
Let's talk about return. What we're
Yeah, returns. So we just said Randy, possibility.
Riddle maybe.
Riddle, Big E.
Big. I don't know if Big E's gonna make it. Sadly, I hope
I would
so.
love to see him come back and eliminate Rich Holland and dump on his neck.
Yeah, Matt Cardona. It's a lot.
This is
He's
super
been teasing a
interesting.
lot. He's been teasing a
He
lot.
just filed a trademark for Zack
He
Ryder.
did, and I'm
I would love to see it.
imagine if Chelsea Green shows up in because they're dating, right? Chelsea Green and
Yeah,
Zach, something like
yeah.
that.
And they win their respective rumbles. Zack Ryder versus Cody Rhodes, WWE Championship.
That'd be interesting, actually. But Matt Cardona, I feel like there's a chance. I don't think he's gonna appear back full time. I actually don't.
Really?
I don't. I feel like he wants to do his own thing on the indies.
Yeah.
And
He's the king of hardcore now.
he pretty much that's weird. to
King
say.
of the deathmatch. Yeah.
It's weird to think about.
I think he should. Zack Ryder needs a match with a hardcore legend
That's right.
in W.
James Ellsworth.
James Ellsworth.
He can return. Who knows? Remember,
Yeah.
remember when Hurricane returned?
Too many times.
Like, as in
2018,
as in twice.
2021.
That's too many times twice. I love Hurricane too. But like for fuck's sake, it wasn't magical the second time.
Yeah, and he's doing the same thing, the double choke slam, get eliminated.
Yeah. I mean, I think right after that Christian returned too.
Yeah, I mean, that was awesome. That was cool.
But yeah, Matt Cardona could be a good return. I'm trying to think of other returns. If anything, NXT debuts like Braun Breaker or
Grayson
even though
Waller.
that motherfucker debuted like 3 times.
He had a match on Raw the night after WrestleMania
Yeah.
where he won the title back. It was a good.
Yeah. And Bobby Roode, probably not. But remember him?
Yeah.
I don't think he's gonna
I
return.
think
but
he's
remember-
injured. Like
Yeah.
he's finally healed up, hopefully. What about Dwayne?
Never heard of him.
Dwayne the Rock Johnson. the people
Well,
champ.
I don't think he's gonna return out the Rumble. I think what's gonna happen, if anything, he's gonna return during the Owens and Reigns match.
I
That's
would prefer that.
That would make more sense. And if that's the case, I want Reigns and Owens to main event the whole pay-per-view. Because then if you end off with The Rock, I feel like just the indication
Yeah.
of that, if Reigns and Owens main events, that's pretty much an indication already.
That's something major's gonna happen.
At the end.
Yeah.
And if there isn't, that'll be the biggest cock block ever.
Though most likely, let's assume no Rock. Let's assume nothing like that. I assume it opens the Raw. The match itself.
The match itself. If there's no Rock yet, probably. It's either that or the women's match.
I think in 2020, him and Corbin had the last man standing match. That was one of the Okers, I think.
At
In Houston, maybe.
Royal,
Yeah, 2020.
it was Reigns versus Corbin.
Yeah, last man standing.
Forgot. I only paid attention to that Rumble, which was amazing.
That Rumble was amazing.
Probably talk about it, right?
Yeah.
And dog, we're back.
We are back. And Jake, when it comes to the Royal Rumble in general and the multitude of years in its history, what is your favorite Royal Rumble match in general?
Well, favorite. There's a whole bunch of favorites, really. I can
Yeah,
name
let's
my
go, man.
3 or few favorites, I suppose.
Okay.
I remember when I was younger, I would always watch the 2008 Raw.
It's a classic.
That always stood out to me for some reason. You had Roddy Piper, one of my favorite
Roddy Piper.
wrestlers, return. You had that. I think it was what Taker and Michaels number 1 and 2 or something.
Yep.
That was a fun
They're
number.
the final two of 07
Yeah.
to start off the match.
Uh,
Jimmy Snuka also returned. The murderer.
Yeah, the murderer. Yeah, allegedly.
A legend.
Alleged. But yeah, there's a lot of great moments. The Cena return is something we just can't really back down on, I guess.
I really love that when they're at MSG, the 2008 Rumble was in Madison Square Garden, that they moved the hard cam to the front. And so you see directly who's coming out.
It's just little things like that.
It's just so cool, man.
It's like a 2K game, or not 2K game, a SmackDown v Raw game.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was so awesome.
I, I love, yeah, I fucking love that shit. And I'm trying to think what else.
Like that match specifically, like everyone's face when John Cena music hit at number 30 because this man tore his pec, I believe, or something like that, and he's supposed to be out for like 6 to 9 months, and superhuman John Cena back in 3 months.
It was a surprise, unlike Cody Rhodes.
Cody Rhodes come back.
I didn't know that. But yeah, I think that the like 2008 Rumble, that was
Such a good one.
I'm trying to think what I'll tell you what was stupid though. Why did Finley get like disqualified from
Yeah. Why is someone getting DQ'd in a no DQ match?
Yo, we saw Sabu like a year prior or 2 years prior get thrown to a table
Yeah.
by Kane.
And then like 2002 Rumble, like all the hard
Yeah.
like,
But 2008, a Shillelagh?
oh, how dare you? I will say though, like about 08 Rumble though, a lot of mid card talent really got to shine in that one.
Carlito?
Carlito, Cody Rhodes, really?
Rhodes?
Cody Rhodes made
That whole
Undertaker
story
take a bump
over that, yeah, that whole story he told on Behind the Ropes,
inside the ring.
inside the ropes, yeah. And
John Morrison, he
John-
looked fantastic in that match.
that's just a good childhood match. I rewatched it a little bit recently. It's hard to look at every Rumble like consistently.
For sure, they're so long.
They're so long, and 2008 was one. 2010 was another good one. 2010 was a very emotional one, especially if you're a big Shawn Michaels fan.
Who's a fan of Shawn Michaels?
I don't know. He's kind of. I'm more of a Hogan guy. But
Yeah.
I love Shawn Michaels.
Shawn Michaels' pursuit for the Undertaker, I think it's in my top 5 like favorite storylines of the past 10 years.
So heartbreaking. When
So
he,
awesome.
when he got eliminated.
And then the whole like thing they did at Elimination Chamber, like Shawn Michaels coming from under the grate. It was so cool.
Yeah, that was great.
The Rumble match, like it made me go through different emotions throughout time.
Yeah, and then when he finally got eliminated by Batista, he was like hanging on for the ropes for dear life.
Yeah.
And then you saw,
Oh my god.
and there was also, Edge return. Edging.
Edge returning at number 28, I believe.
Yeah.
Uh,
Chris
Chris
Jericho.
Jericho dropped. Oh my god.
Oh, because he's talking shit about Edge,
He
right?
put he put Edge out with an injury.
Yeah,
So,
something like that.
Yeah.
And he,
They're the tag team partners.
yeah, and then he was like, I didn't need Edge, and he was with Big Show after
Yeah.
that, right?
Jericho. The
Jericho.
GOAT tag team. The
Yeah.
GOAT theme song.
And then became Show Miz or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, remember when R-Truth eliminated Big Show in? They just came in.
Well, I thought we were about to see the biggest R-Truth push.
WWE Championship match.
Main event, Cameron Butler. But also, 2010 is the only match I think in Rumble history where a superstar cuts a promo in the middle of the match in the ring. CM Punk.
And
When he was straight in society.
Brock Lesnar kind of did that in 2020. A little bit. Paul Heyman made it.
Punk, yeah.
But
But superstar was.
Superstar, CM Punk.
And then obviously,
Tom Rowe.
the great Khali coming out.
Oh my god. Getting made out. Eliminated. Made out.
Yeah, but also chopping the hell out of CM Punk's head,
Yeah.
cutting off that promo.
Uh,
I wish Khali joined the Straight Edge Society. We would have saw the
Bald ass.
bald Khali.
Punjabi playboy.
Yeah,
I mean,
just a personal desire.
what else happened in that match?
The final 4 was pretty epic.
It was Cena, Edge, Batista, and
Triple H. No,
was it Michael?
no. I think it was Triple H.
No, Triple H. Michael's eliminated Triple H, remember? So I think it was Michaels.
Michaels,
It-
Batista.
It was either Michaels or Jericho. But I remember, no, because when Edge was eliminated, or when Edge came back, he first eliminated Jericho like in a minute or two.
Yeah, he hit a spear on everyone.
Yeah. And then
It's kind of the Edge thing to do when
I
you come
think-
back.
I think it may have been Michaels. I don't know. But I remember it was definitely Batista, Johnson, and Edge. I know that. And man, oh, that was a
That was a doozy.
and the following year, 2011, 40-man Rumble.
Not my favorite. I'm not a big fan of Diesel, so I don't know why they keep including in every goddamn Royal Rumble return list. It wasn't that big.
Now here's the deal. Okay, well, I thought it was huge.
I did not care.
Because here's the deal. Kevin Nash just wasn't in WWE for so long, so it was a shot. I feel like at the time that it was just a shot. That's why it was on lists.
I want him to take it off.
I'm not a big Kevin Nash fan either, but we look back at the time, you didn't expect Kevin Nash to come back. And Booker T in that same Rumble too.
That's true.
And I'll tell you what, the Rumble sucked.
Yeah.
But there are so many good moments there. Santino,
Yeah.
I almost thought that motherfucker won, bro.
I remember watching it live though when I was 11 years old, and even back when I was 11, I was like, Kevin Nash sucks. Like even back then, I remember looking to my older brother. I was like, Kevin Nash sucks so much.
OMG, Kevin Nash, LOL, thought he was dead. But
Del Rio won that match, right?
Del Rio did, yeah.
Kind of a voice.
I remember when fucking Alex Riley botched his elimination.
Yeah.
But they eventually figured it out, which was pretty cool, I guess. Speaking of botches, how was Batista and John Cena getting eliminated at the same time that Vince McMahon tearing both his quads out?
I think it led to the coolest ending of a Rumble.
Dude was sitting down screaming. Like, oh, that shit was so funny. And who do you think? Okay, here's the biggest debate. Now, who do you think came down first, Batista or John Cena?
It's kind of crazy. I feel like they both actually hit the ground at the same time.
They did. But I'm gonna say John Cena won that because
Really?
I don't know. Every time I look back, I just see John Cena technically on top of Batista. So he had one leg a little bit on Batista. And then
The way the momentum was actually
Yeah.
would make sense for Batista to hit first. But I really do. It's kind of amazing how they kind of just at the same time.
that was pretty impressive. Like that was better than Bret Hart and Lex Luger.
Yeah. And
That's-
I was playing.
Yeah, like holy shit. I mean, but 2005, yeah. I mean, they should just made that they should just make Batista
Co-winners?
and John Cena co-winners, man. They
But
did it before. What was the problem this year?
I think one of my favorite Rumbles is the Forbidden Rumble 2004.
Never heard of it. I
2000.
don't even know who won that. Big Show? Big Show was. I don't know why he just
He was
beat
funny.
himself. I don't know why he toppled himself over the top.
I'm sure he got number one.
Nah, nah, nah,
Talking about the best theme song in wrestling, Chris Benoit.
nah, nah, nah.
Chris Benoit, Father of the Year, won some.
Oh man, what a shame, bro. That was actually such a good Royal Rumble with such a amazing Royal Rumble, amazing main event, perfect for what happened. Tell me what happened.
Yeah, that Rumble really did set up one of the best WrestleMania matches of all time. One of the best triple threat matches of all time.
One of the best,
Um,
the best WrestleMania triple threat of all time. There's a
The
shock
best.
about a WrestleMania triple.
Yeah, it's kind of the thing to do.
Yeah, but oh my god, that whole match was pretty fun. I'll tell you what else was fun one. 2020.
Yeah, we just mentioned Edge returning in 2010 and hitting
10
everyone
years
with
later.
spears. 10 years later, he does the same thing. He returns and hits everyone with spears.
Holy shit. And that was something that made you pass out and almost cry.
Yes, I
You
was.
did cry.
I was there in attendance, and as soon as the music hit,
You think you know? Oh my god.
I went mad, bro. I was thinking. I went insane. Like, I literally have a video up on my Instagram about it, and I'm like almost like on the verge of tears.
Strap right here.
Scream. I'm literally just screaming.
Like, it's Edge.
It's Edge!
Man. Oh my god.
That Rumble's amazing. That first, 12 entrants, I think, being eliminated by Brock Lesnar.
Okay. At the time I didn't like it, but looking back, like,
A lot of people in the arena were pissed off.
yeah.
That, guys like John Morrison, Rey Mysterio,
Yeah.
Big E, Bobby Roode, Elias.
Sorrow.
All these dudes are just being thrown out like it's nothing. Everyone was pissed off, but the payoff was immense.
Hey, yeah, looking back,
Shout out Ricochet for the low blow.
tell you, Ricochet he does not get enough credit for that.
For real, dude.
You know what? Unpopular opinion, Drew McIntyre would not have eliminated Brock if it wasn't for Ricochet.
Shout out Ricochet.
I think-
Ricochet, you deserve a world championship match
He,
at WrestleMania just for
you
the
deserve one at Super Showdown in Saudi Arabia for what you did.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was and when Drew McIntyre eliminated Brock Lesnar, the roof popped, and then you just hear nah nah nah.
It was-
he was probably there too.
Yeah, it was insane though. It's music hit and he's marching towards the ring. He has the most determined face I've ever seen on anyone on the planet Earth. Just staring us a hole through Brock Lesnar. And then he gets in the ring, starts yelling shit at Brock, and then Brock takes off the gloves, and then Ricochet hits him in his
Cojones.
yeah, his big old cojones, and Drew McIntyre hits the most beautiful Claymore kick
Dude,
I've ever
that
seen.
was a beautiful sell by Brock.
Paul Heyman's face on the outside going insane.
That was just a work of art. And I'll tell you what, um, man, I Drew McIntyre, I did not expect him to win that Rumble. I don't think many people did.
He wasn't my pick for sure.
He wasn't.
But as soon as he kicked out Lesnar, like we
Yeah.
knew.
Yeah. Before the Rumble though, like before the Rumble, he wasn't even too much of a higher card. He's more of a
He
upper
just
mid.
he just finished a feud with Randy Orton at that time, so like we
He
thought,
just came back to it.
yeah, 2 years prior, or 1 year prior,
Yeah.
1 year prior, and it felt like he was on the rise, but he wasn't main event yet.
Yeah.
So interesting choice. I felt like they were finally listening to fans.
People were kind of like thinking he was buried after he was like Shane McMahon's bitch for a good minute. but after that, dude, like once I did not expect Drew McIntyre to be able to eliminate Brock. I'll just say that.
Yeah,
Especially when Keith Lee was there, Braun Strowman was there,
yeah.
Cesaro. They bitched out John Morrison.
Let's not to mention before that the Great Return MVP.
I'm coming.
I did not think that would lead into MVP becoming full time.
That was usually when that happens, it sucks. MVP, it did not suck.
It did not.
It was great.
It's kind of started him actually like wrestling the next night on Raw, and then slowly becoming a manager. He started hosting his talk show, the MVP Lounge or something
The
like that.
VIP.
VIP Lounge,
It was
and then he became obviously for business.
Yeah, that was great. That
It
was
was
one of the
like-
best parts of 2020, and
They blew it up pretty fast though.
they did. I mean, not as fast as Retribution, but yeah.
I mean, let's just be thankful that's gone.
Yeah. But Hurt Business, they keep coming back. They're just like a disease. Like they were so good at first, but they just keep coming back. They almost is in the two.
Almost.
But anyways, yeah, 2020 was amazing. And Edge's return. You had shit. What else? You had McIntyre winning the whole thing, leading to a great main event.
2020 Women's Rumble, my guy slash girl Santina Marek, the ego entering,
Yeah.
who came out to now, in my opinion, one of the top 10 theme songs out there. Billy and Chuck's "You Look So Good to Me." I love that theme.
He
song.
came out. She came
Yeah,
out.
he came out to that.
Well, who
Or
else?
she came out to that.
Santino's sister, man.
Sorry, I love that theme song so much. And to hear it at the Rumble
Aw, man.
was pretty awesome.
Forgot who else returned there. Was it
Beth Phoenix,
Molly Hall?
Molly Holly, yeah, Kelly,
Kelly.
Kelly. Tori Reed. I don't think Tori was. I wish.
But
Tori was.
yeah, that was a great match. That who won again? Charlotte.
Charlotte won that one.
And I think Shayna almost.
Yeah, and
Shayna maybe should have won.
Bianca was on a roll that match. She had like 8 eliminations. Like she was tearing up the place up.
And then she won the next.
Next year.
And I think Rio was touring up that one too.
Yep. Rhea and Bianca were the last two, I believe. I think I felt at the time that Rhea was gonna win,
Yeah,
and then Bianca overcame.
that was awesome.
Yeah.
Let's talk about shitty Royal Rumbles. So let's talk about
2021.
that one. Wasn't too shitty.
It wasn't good.
It was.
I think it felt I felt deflated after. I just felt like why did that happen?
It definitely wasn't as good as 2020, but
Oh, sorry, 2022. Sorry,
2022,
sorry.
okay.
2020 was awesome.
I thought you were talking about the Edge one.
2021 was actually awesome. I loved it, even with no fans. It was amazing. Sorry, 2022.
No, that was
pretty
garbage.
terrible.
Fucking that one was really bad. I was really sad.
It
Women's and men's. I was disappointed in both
Women's
aspects.
was cool until the end.
Yeah, why?
The women's match was going pretty awesome until
Once I saw Ronda, I was like, nope. Once I saw Brock, I was like, nope.
for real.
I was sad. I was really sad after that.
It really felt like they didn't know what they were doing until the day of the show.
Yeah, Shane McMahon. That's why he got fired by his own dad.
Poor Shane.
He's trying to make himself a fucking
He's
the
a star.
hero of the
He's a
story.
star.
He almost made himself runner up. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Shane, but Bad Bunny.
Bad Bunny in a ring standing across from Brock Lesnar is something I thought I'd never see him.
And maybe that should only happen once.
I mean, I'm gonna make it happen in 2K23, knowing that Bad Bunny's a DLC exclusive now.
So Logan Paul was last year's.
Logan Paul's last year. I think he could be on the roster this year.
Let's see who. But shitty Royal Rumbles. I was thinking about like fucking 99,
Yeah, Stone Cold and Vince just brawling around the arena.
It was just a whole bunch of like segments, and no one really cared about what happened in the ring.
Yeah. So 2017, not a great one.
That one was
That was more of a dud than a battle.
yeah. I mean, here's the deal. I'm actually happy that Orton won that one. The outcome
Better than Rome.
not much. Yeah, better than Roman.
I think 2011 to 2015 is not good Raws.
Man,
Like
let me think about
2012,
that.
Sheamus, Jericho should have won. 2013, Cena winning when really we didn't want to see that, and then obviously Rock beating CM Punk. The only time we're gonna see Rock with the spinner belt was, I think, a pretty good image.
Well, I'll tell you what, Rock v CM Punk was a good match though.
I don't like when people lose to the fucking people's elbow, especially CM Punk, and that historic,
Man, what
the historic ends to the people's elbow. He should at least also rock bottom, in my opinion.
The Rock's whole moveset sucks now. I think of it.
The really
shitty ass
really
sharpshooter.
poor sharpshooter.
But yeah, 99 was a shitty Rumble. 2000, I just watched 2000 recently. That was an interesting Rumble. Just a bunch of mid-carders and The Rock with JR just being like, oh, I'm hoping The Rock wins. Oh, The Rock's gonna win. It's just hyping up The Rock.
We got that cool moment with like Too Cool at the beginning.
Yeah.
Rikishi, Grandmaster Sexay, and the GOAT, Scotty 2 Hotty.
Yeah, that's his name.
That's
And Rikishi was going off, man. Rikishi and Viscera.
Yeah.
Oh, like,
Shout out Viscera for his Royal Rumble appearances, especially when he did to Matt Hardy.
oh yeah, did he like fucking sexually assault?
Yeah. Like, Matt Hardy can go down to a police precinct and like file a charge against Viscera for what he did to him. You know? Like, that's terrible.
What else? Do you remember? What's his name? Tainakai? The tag team Tainakai? It was Funaki and someone else.
Yeah.
And what happened?
Yeah. It was a murder.
Holy shit! And I think Funaki came out one more time,
Yeah.
but his partner didn't. It's like Taka Makahoshi.
I love the whole like attitude and everything with Funaki where he would say a bunch of stuff in Japanese and then the English translation would be like, thank you.
But Big Show should have won that. Let's be honest.
That led to, in my opinion, one of the worst main events in WrestleMania history, the Fatal 4-Way.
2000, the McMahon in every corner.
Yeah, the McMahon in
Who
every
cares about McMahon in every corner?
I don't know why they did that. Like, poor Chris Jericho, poor Mick Foley, poor Big Show, and I won't say poor Triple H because he gets everything he wants.
Chris Jericho was in the match.
Was he?
No. It was The Rock, Mick Foley, Big Show, and Triple H.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, I don't know why I said Chris Jericho. Thinking out loud of that.
Then Chris was... The whole WrestleMania sucked, actually.
Yeah,
But anyways,
not a good one.
but the Royal Rumble in 2001, that was sexy.
Pretty awesome.
My boy Drew Carey, you know?
My boy Triple H, man.
My boy Kane!
Oh,
He would not...
Kane might be like the most. Who do you think is the most like deserving superstar to win a Rumble? Who has? Because Kane is definitely
up there.
one.
Jericho is another one.
Jericho's definitely
Like, definitely in 2012, that should have been his time.
Kurt Angle.
Kurt Angle. Ooh, Kurt Angle.
Kurt Angle should.
Yeah.
I'm a little sad that Kurt Angle spent the prime of his career in TNA.
Yeah.
You know.
Fucking Kurt Angle.
Yeah. I mean, he's off a perk.
Yeah.
He got to do cool shit.
Punk? Like,
Why not?
depending on, like, maybe 2014. Punk winning that? It was either Punk or Bryan. It should have been.
I think after everything post 2011, we knew good things weren't gonna happen for Punk.
Man,
You know.
I felt like, yeah, I mean, he sucks now.
It's kind of sad that he stayed long enough to become the villain in AEW. You know.
Do you think he's going to come back 2023?
You know what? I kind of hope so. To see him in a WWE ring again.
I don't know, man. Maybe when he gets his shit straight. I thought he had his shit straight, but then he came back. Man, he's such a butthead. Man. But yeah, so one more Rumble. Didn't Honky Donkey Man return?
A honky donkey man.
Kane just... Kane was on it.
Kane was committing murders. Didn't he eliminate the Big Show?
I think so.
Yeah, like he power slammed the Big Show out.
Damn. Kane was going.
Kane was jacked that year. I remember his arms were massive. I wish he never took off the mask. It was so ugly.
Glenn Jacobs.
I wish even as the mayor today, they just wore it back.
Yeah. That's what he wore during like 2020 COVID. His Kane mask. 2012 Kane mask. No.
No.
We're talking about the 2000.
Remember that weird like metal mask they had on?
The PG era one?
Yeah, and then he'd take it off and wear another mask.
Even better, it was like rubber.
Yeah.
It's like a rubber
Yeah.
welding mask. You know what? You know what's a weird Rumble? 97. If you remember,
Yeah.
I think it was 97 or like 96, 95. It was something between those. It was the Rumble that had all those like wrestlers that no one fucking knew because they were like from AAA or some shit.
It's like every oh
I think that was 97. And Mil Mascaras eliminated himself
oh.
because he didn't want anyone to eliminate him. He just
I have to go back and rewatch '97. I generally don't like watching Rumbles before '99 because I feel
yeah.
like they're quite boring, especially because no surprise return or nothing like that.
That's true. I mean, it's true, but there's also a slight charm in just watching
Yeah.
stuff.
I
Like,
mean,
because the audience is more into it.
yeah.
That's it.
I mean, how do you feel about the 1990-1991 Royal Rumble? The
Because
GOAT.
those are Hogan's.
The GOAT.
I don't remember much of 1990.
It's quite boring in my opinion.
I don't even remember the Hogan matches too much. I remember him eliminating Warlord in like 2 seconds.
Yeah.
There's nothing really cool about him, actually.
Yeah.
Not even like they get a WrestleMania main
You
event.
don't remember Typhoon?
I remember him eliminating Earthquake
Yeah.
last. And I remember 1990 fucking, I think it was 2 or some shit, when Hogan was being a sore ass loser.
For real. Why was he so mad at Sid?
He was fucking following the rules.
He literally,
Hogan's the heel in this
in
situation.
terms of face, I don't think there's ever been a face who's done more heel stuff than Hogan.
Honestly, bro, you heard what he said in that tape?
Shout out Biggie.
Nah, but nah, man. But my boy Flair, my boy Flair,
Flair won the WWE Championship
WWE Championship, did a great ass job.
and sold it afterwards. One of the greatest promos of all time.
Mm-hmm. I got a tear in my eye. It was like one of the best moments, or whatever the fuck he said. Greatest moment of my career. And then for some reason they didn't put him against Hogan because that would be a good booking decision. Why would you do that?
Yeah.
Put him against Savage. Which,
Why would you want to see the best of the NWA versus the best of the WWE?
all due respect, Savage is great. But you had Hogan versus Flair, and you didn't let them main event WrestleMania. Instead, you let that shitty Sid Hogan match, and you had that botched Papa Shango shit.
At least we got to see WCW pull off Hogan and Flair, and which is why WCW
Was
got
up-
to rise spot.
Yeah, and then, let's see. Let's think of other Rumbles that were great. I'm trying to think, or whatever moments coming
Great.
on.
Let's actually talk about 2021. No
Okay.
crowd Royal Rumble. What do you think?
I feel like they did as good as they did, or it was good for what it was.
As good as it could do, for sure.
Yeah, Christian returning. I wish Christian was returning in front of a live crowd. I wish Carlito was returning in front of a
Carly looked great.
But I think what I heard coming back from the rumor mill, Carlito was supposed to have a MVP type line,
I heard that as well.
and I think that like they were trying him out.
Yeah.
I guess they didn't work out or something, or they couldn't
Yeah.
figure out something. But but they're trying to have something like that. I think Carlito teamed up with Jeff Hardy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
one match. It was so weird.
I thought Jeff Hardy was just gonna. Now, if I was booking it, I was gonna let Jeff Hardy win.
I don't know, man.
No,
Jeff Hardy can't carry him.
but it would be an underdog moment because no one would expect it,
Yeah.
and it would be such an interesting moment to see Jeff Hardy win this.
Jeff Hardy was getting kind of a weird push in 2021 too, where he was the last in the Survivor Series match against Seth,
Yeah,
and he lasted so long in the Elimination Chamber match for the
he
championship.
buried Karrion Kross.
Yeah, which was
Not up to him.
not his decision, but
Hopefully,
it was so weird. But like Jeff Hardy, I love Jeff Hardy. No matter how many drugs he does, but he can't at the age he has, he can't carry a match. He's a little overrated.
honestly, he is, and he was your favorite.
He was my.
He has the best. He's like one of the best theme songs. Though.
One of the best theme songs. One of the worst talkers on the mic. One of doesn't really carry that well in ring.
Unless it's
Matt Hardy's kind of the opposite. Matt Hardy's a great promo, great in ring. He just doesn't have the charisma.
remember he had those fucking Matt Hardy
The Matt Facts.
the
Matt Facts,
Chuck
the
Norris
Mattitude.
shit.
I do. One of my favorite clips is after Big Show and Paul Heyman cross Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar's pissed off in the locker room, and Matt Hardy's like, "Well, if he had a little bit more attitude, Brock Lesnar just picks him up and throws him through a wall." Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, attitude.
Yeah.
Um,
We could all use a little bit more attitude.
I think it was the 2005 Royal Rumble, or 2006, 2004, mid 2000s. The elimination, Snitsky and Paul London.
Yeah. Oh my god, poor Paul London.
Like,
Paul London doesn't have good things happen to him.
smile when Vince McMahon was going to die or some shit.
Yeah, and they got fired for it. Like, I think it's the only person to ever get fired for storyline. I don't know where they're going.
Titus almost got fired for fucking
For touching How dare you?
yeah. But let's talk about women in Royal Rumbles. And I'm not talking about women's Royal Rumbles. I'm talking about women's in men's.
Royal.
Remember when Nia Jax got RKO?
Nia Jax got beat up by like 5 WWE. I was so upset when she eliminated Mustafa Ali because Mustafa Ali 2019 was on a different run on SmackDown.
Until he got injured and Kofi took his spot.
Yeah, I was at that chamber too. The 2019 chamber is awesome.
I thought Kofi was gonna win for a bit.
I mean, I'm kind of glad he didn't because the build was amazing.
Yeah, the build was amazing. Too bad the rain wasn't amazing. And I won't say it's fully his fault, but that China 1999, the first woman, and
first woman to do a lot of things.
Yeah.
First and only woman to hold a Intercontinental Championship, a men's belt.
Bitched out Chris Jericho.
I think Rhea Ripley could probably be the next person to do something like that.
Yeah, definitely.
Being a man.
Or maybe Santino Marella could make a surprise appearance at a men's Royal Rumble.
Maybe.
Speaking of which, Santino Marella, 1 second. 2009 Royal Rumble.
2009 Royal Rumble was pretty good, actually.
Yeah.
We didn't talk about that.
That
Randy Orton and Legacy is just like running shop.
Rob Van Dam returns.
Yeah.
God, we look like virgins.
I know.
But
we have friends.
Yeah, friends. But Rob Van Dam returning. That Santino elimination was great. I wasn't ready.
Shout out Santino.
I remember when they tried to do the same thing to Titus O'Neil in 2015.
Yeah.
And then Vince got mad. Greatest Royal Rumble. Oh,
2018. Oh my god. Are we
want to go 2018?
I want to talk about the greatest Royal Rumble. Actually, we should talk.
We're talking about
how bad it is.
I had high hopes at first. I had high hopes for the whole pay-per-view.
Why'd you have high hopes about anything happening in Saudi?
First Saudi pay-per-view. You didn't know what to expect.
He asked for the Ultimate Warrior and Yokozuna. I knew what to expect.
Did they?
Yeah. Yeah. The Prince of Saudi Arabia asked, he's like, he wants Bret Hart, Yokozuna. It was Can you imagine?
It's gonna be like, can I get Chris Benoit?
I imagine his face when they told him, like, sir, they're dead.
But we have The Undertaker. Okay.
Made that happen.
The Undertaker and Rusev. Remember? Okay, so I think it was a ride-along at WWE Network series, and Rusev was explaining the story. And I think that so it was Undertaker versus Rusev, and then out of nowhere it became Undertaker versus Chris Jericho. And the reason why it was that because Rusev was talking to Vince, and Rusev thought Vince was joking or some shit, and Rusev was like, nah, ha 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 ha, yeah. And then they changed it or some shit because Vince got pissed.
That's wild.
And then the Prince of Saudi Arabia was like, we want Rusev Day because this was when Rusev Day was a thing or some shit. And then it became Rusev versus Undertaker again in a casket match. It was pretty cool to hear that story.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy that like it was gonna get scrapped.
Yeah.
Undertaker versus Jericho, as cool as it was,
Good, yeah.
but it's not something that that's something we haven't seen before.
Yeah, and what else? There was that Fatal 4-Way ladder match. I think it was Raw, Samoa Joe, Finn Balor, and Miz.
Damn, bro, I don't even want to talk about Samoa Joe on the main roster because of how much they could have done with him, how much they should have done with him.
He was so good. He's amazing.
I mean, what he did to Brock Lesnar verbally, like made Brock Lesnar look like a bitch. And also, 2019 Rumble, Samoa Joe just walking away from Johnny Gargano, just coming at him.
Fucking, man. But the greatest Royal Rumble of, by the way,
not the greatest Royal Rumble.
One of the matches, Jeff Hardy versus Jinder Mahal.
For United States, the whisper of the wind onto no one.
I think Michael Cole or Corey Graves was trying to like say something like, "Oh, the so whatever." Greatest Royal Rumble. I'll tell you what. Daniel Bryan did one hell of a job.
Sure. He did. Braun Strowman did.
Yeah, Braun Strowman did. Big Cass.
Big Cass.
He was runner up.
Could you imagine like what they wanted from Big Cass in 2019, 2018?
They're gonna make him a huge
Like
star.
they put him in the first like Universal Championship like thing.
Yeah. I mean, he was out first, but yeah. He was.
But like still, he's in the match.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
They should have made him tag team champions with Enzo at least.
A lot of people should have been tag team champions. Crime Time.
But yeah. What else was it? Greatest Royal Rumble. There's a lot of like dumb shit. Like, who are these people?
Yeah, man. I was like, it's like I understand that you want 50 men, but you had 50 men on the
They
roster.
should have had Mansoor win that thing.
Honestly, undefeated in Saudi. He needs to dethrone Roman.
He does.
It's we're at that
In
point.
Crown Jewel.
We're at that point now.
Exactly. And man, but dude, yeah, Greatest Royal Rumble is about to be terrible. But what else was
We should honestly like finish this off on a positive note. Let's just say, tell me your all-time favorite elimination from a Raw.
hmm. I'll tell you what. I'm gonna do a bit of cheating. I pulled this up on my phone a minute ago. I had it. So we're gonna sit here while Hottie entertains you guys, while I look for my favorite eliminations. So entertain them.
Um, Going back to this Rumble, something that I guess we did not mention is the appearance with John Cena.
For this year's Rumble?
This year's Rumble. Because it could set something up with Theory, could set something up with supposedly Logan Paul. John Cena just became the cover athlete for WWE 2K23. I hope we get some kind of appearance from John Cena.
Yeah.
I would really love to see him there. And John Cena, I have a wild thing to say about John Cena.
What
I
about him?
think John Cena is a better promo than The Rock.
No. No.
The Rock is a great promo, super entertaining, one of the best. But John Cena verbally obliterated The Rock when they went toe to toe.
That's true, but I'll tell you what, here's the deal. John Cena, I just don't. I remember, and it's the PG era also restricted.
And
But
he had everything against him.
Chris Jericho made a great point that John Cena is one of the best mic workers of all time, but he could seem a little too childish sometimes when it comes to being online.
I think people are always just, especially because the era is so anti-face and anti-baby face, that John Cena, his persistence to stick to his values is so admirable to me. That no matter what people want from him, they want him to be a shitty person. They want him to be a bad guy. But he knows his values and he knows who he is and he refuses to change.
On the mic, I'll say that The Rock is better. But Cena is definitely top 30.
I just think The Rock has the advantage of most of his first half of his career just being a heel.
That's
And
true.
it's way easier to be a heel on the mic.
That is true. I'll tell you what though, Cena makes better movies. Cena can
Today.
Cena can act.
I think we all remember the Marine.
Nah, I prefer the Marine with the Miz.
Yeah, I just stopped watching the Marine. They had the Marine with Ted DiBiase, right?
Yeah, that was why. But anyways, my favorite Royal Rumble elimination, as I pulled it up. So I make, if you want some little backstory, I make top 10 wrestling lists for fun before this podcast even started, like a couple years back. And I'll tell you what, guys, I'm looking at a few eliminations here. Let's go off the list. I'm not going to go through it all. We didn't mention some of it. Remember when Maven eliminated The Undertaker?
Yeah, I do.
That was awesome.
And then maybe
That
gets the
was-
shit beat out of him for like 20, 30 minutes while the Undertaker around the arena.
Little push for a bit.
Yeah, I mean, he wasn't tough enough, and like they wanted him to be something big.
I mean, he
I
was.
don't think the Undertaker wanted him to be something big because he really laid in on him.
Bro, but when Maven drop kicked The Undertaker, that was 2002 Royal Rumble too. That was 2002 Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
Huh?
That was
Oh my
insane.
God. And let's talk about another return. I'm sorry. Mr. Perfect's return, that Rumble?
Yeah,
That's like one of the first returns.
yeah.
The first return I'd say is probably, as far as I remember, 2000. fought back. But Mr. Perfect's return and Final Three, it's weird to think about.
And he had like that kind of run into that 2003, like in the on Raw and stuff. It was weird.
It's weird to think, but and then he got fired from
One of the most underrated of show.
What else? I've have Rey Mysterio eliminating Randy Orton.
That's a good one.
Dude, we talked about Beth Phoenix getting eliminating Great Khali, right? I hope
Briefly.
so. Briefly.
She kissed him out of the room.
Hurricane getting eliminated in 2002 Royal Rumble. That's a funny one.
Same spot. That like they want to recreate that moment so bad.
They recreated 2018. That was silly, fun, and they did it in 2021. It's like, okay, we get it.
Yeah.
And then my favorite, we mentioned this before. We mentioned this in good detail. And I know this may be a little too early to say, but Drew McIntyre, Claymore, and Brock Lesnar at the Royal Rumble is my favorite.
That's your favorite?
I'm not going to say it's the best objectively.
Yeah.
But I'm going to say it's my favorite.
It's pretty awesome.
Because it was just something, it was just so for real to see. It was just like one of the best, it was a great sell from Brock Lesnar.
Yeah.
And we had a great win from Drew McIntyre, not because of that. Well, that elimination boosted his momentum. So we had someone who was knocking out people, 14 people in a row. We thought he was unstoppable until Drew McIntyre comes out. And everyone in the crowd was shocked. There was great reactions from everyone.
The arena went crazy.
The announcers went crazy. And real quick, speaking of announcers, I love Jerry Lawler. That's my pick. That's my pick. And he changes his pick. He's like, I knew he was gonna win.
Oh wait. There's something we have not talked about that has occurred at a Royal Rumble, which I think is one of the craziest shit ever. It's Eddie Guerrero, Hardcore Holly, and Chris Benoit laying in on Daniel Peter. How do we not mention that? They literally beat the crap out of him.
My boy Daniel Peter.
Poor Daniel Peter. All because he put Kurt Angle.
Yeah, that Kimura block. Yeah. Oh my god.
Damn. They literally chopped the hell out of his chest. And if you know what if you know what it feels like to get chopped, it is terrible. Especially a million times. Jake has chopped me before.
But by the three tough, that's me. You're talking about the three toughest people in wrestling.
All on steroids.
All on steroids.
Even Hardcore Holly.
Oh, yeah. One of them, killed their family.
One of them became murdered.
Yeah.
One of them died from cardiac arrest.
And
is Hardcore Holly still alive?
And the other one's Hardcore Holly.
Poor Bob Holly.
Oh, man. I mean, he's still alive.
I think, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, not Crash Holly. Remember that?
Oh, yeah.
But, damn. That's all of Royal Rumble's biggest moments. I'm sure there's more.
I think we've exhausted the Royal Rumble topic, though. We've talked about it a ton.
Let's show off our talent together. Name every single Royal Rumble winner from the beginning. Let's start off with 88.
All right, 88 is Hacksaw Jim Duggan.
89, Big John Studd.
90 is Hogan.
91, Hogan again.
92, Flair for the WWE Championship.
93, Yokozuna.
94, Bret Hart, Lex Luger.
95 is HB Shizzle, Shawn Michaels. That's what I call him, HB Shizzle.
96, that guy, HBK.
Oh, yeah? 97, Stone Cold Steve Austin.
The toughest SOB in the business.
What?
For 97 and 98, yeah. 99?
It's good, man.
The CEO? Don't! 2000 is Big Show. Unfortunately, it's actually The Rock.
It was supposed to be Big Show. Big Show got cheated. 2001, Stone Cold Steve Austin.
He did it again.
Oh my god, 3 times world record.
2002, The GOAT, Triple H.
2003, it was 2004. Ringo, Big Show.
Father of the Year, Chris Benoit.
2006 is Booyaka Booyaka Rey Mysterio.
He did it for Eddie. Eddie's in hell.
According to Randy Orton. Eddie's in hell.
2007 was The Dead Man, Undertaker.
2008 was John Cena.
09 is Randy Orton.
2010 was Edge.
Yeah. 2011 was Alberto Del Rio.
It's weird thinking he won the Royal Rumble, actually.
Alberto?
Yeah.
Yeah, right?
Like, now we don't even think about him.
Who did he face at WrestleMania? Edge?
Yeah.
And he lost?
Yeah. It's a mid-ass match. It's called the Midwest. 2012 was Sheamus.
2013 was Superman John Cena.
Oh, man. 2014 was Baptiste.
2015 is Roman Reigns.
That's weird to think that it feels like so like
Like-
Roman Reigns, Edge, Alberto Del Rio, all that close.
Yeah, it's all weird, right?
Yeah.
Feels like
Time just feels
the
weird.
generation just shifted.
Yeah, quickly. 2016 was. We forgot.
2005.
No,
We
no,
didn't
no,
say 2005.
no. Oh, we didn't, did we?
Yeah, 2005 Batista, by the way.
Baptista. But no, I'm talking about 2016 Royal Rumble.
Yeah, but talk about
AJ Styles. Oh my, that was one of the best surprise entrants ever.
Yeah, AJ Styles' debut and one of the worst endings.
Worst camera work.
Yeah, it was so weird.
Yeah, but yeah, worst ending.
Yeah.
Let's say it's the worst ending.
It's not terrible, but it's
Why did Triple H have to win?
they keep trying to do the story with an authority figure,
Yeah,
the
Triple H
baby
won
face. Like, yeah, Triple H wins the WWE Championship, becomes a 14-time world champion. Really weird.
Fucking didn't do shit with that title.
Yeah, I mean, he had a great match. No, that was later on with him and Dolph Ziggler. Remember they had a match on Raw?
Yeah.
One of the last matches.
Yeah, and man, but I'm not gonna lie. Despite that whole fucking Royal Rumble for the ending, I have to say Ambrose versus Triple H was pretty fun.
Yeah.
That final two,
Yeah,
that was
pretty
fun.
good.
Like there was a
I want
point.
Ambrose to win, but pretty good.
There was a point where you thought Ambrose was gonna win. I
Yeah.
didn't think like deep down inside I thought Triple H was gonna win. But there was a point where it's like Ambrose might win. That's crazy. 2017,
Randy Orton, 2 times.
2018. She's yeah. Naka. Oh my god, it's so weird to think he won a Rumble too.
Yeah.
He fucking is like lower mid card now, sadly. 2018 women's. Women are wrestling.
Yeah, 2018 the first women's Royal Rumble. We see Asuka, both Japanese superstars win that year.
Yeah, and both lose at WrestleMania.
What about the 2019 women's?
Oh shit, you put me on the spot.
Yeah.
Becky Lynch.
Becky Lynch.
Becky Lynch.
And her now fiance / husband, I think husband.
Yeah.
Seth Rollins that year, 2019.
Freaking
Seth freaking Rollins.
2020 men is Drew McIntyre.
Drew
McIntyre. Scottish accent. McIntyre.
2020 women's was Charlotte Flair.
Yes. 2021 men's is you know me. Edge.
Edge.
Second
He did-
Royal Rumble.
He did it again.
OMG.
And he
at number
came in
one.
at number 1. 2020.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, he was like injured.
They keep doing that, bro.
I hate when they do that.
2021 women's was Bianca Belair.
Yeah, that was
Yeah, that was good.
2022. Wait, 2022 men's is Brock Lesnar.
It's 2022 women's was Ronda Rousey. And your pick for the 2023 men's Rumble.
Well, I know it's predictable, but Cody motherfreaking Rhodes returning as Stardust. The Stardust gimmick. He's gonna win.
No.
Say what you want about Stardust. That theme song fire.
All Cody Rhodes teams on it.
Yeah, but yeah, Cody Rhodes. Yeah.
My pick for the 2023 women's is going to be Rhea Ripley / Raquel Rodriguez.
Rhea Ripley.
I really hope it's Raquel.
I hope it's Ripley. But man, this was a great first podcast.
Yeah, our first podcast done. Thanks
my God.
everybody for listening.
Or watching, or whatever you're doing. I don't know. I mean, we're gonna post some more stuff. Here's our TikToks. I'm pretty sure
And our Instagram.
whoever's gonna edit this video is gonna post this on here. Hopefully,
Yeah.
Instagram, TikTok, it's YouTube. You're probably already watching this on YouTube. Other stuff. And remember,
Stay rest.
yeah.